Ukrainian forces attacked the Ryazan Oil Refinery and the Alkevsk metallurgical plant overnight. The Ryazan Oil Refinery is one of the largest in the Russian Federation and supplies the occupiers with fuel. This is the beginning of a mission that will shake Russia's fuel backbone and send a message across the world. December 6th, 2025, a night that entered the war's timeline like a burning mark. On this night, Ukraine launched one of its most strategic and daring strikes, a precision drone attack on the Ryazan Oil Refinery. This refinery isn't just another industrial plant. It is a lifeline, a power station for Russia's military, a supplier of high-grade fuel and a symbol of Russian industrial might. The drone moves through the cold winter sky, slicing through the darkness. No headlights, no signature. Just the distant thrum of a small engine, like a metal bird with a purpose. The Russian radar systems scan the sky, their green screens glowing, but this drone is flying low, hugging the terrain, using the night as its shield. As it nears the refinery, the landscape changes. Towers of steel rise like mechanical giants. Pipelines twist like metallic veins. Thousands of tons of highly flammable fuel sleep inside the tanks. The drone locks onto its target, the low-temperature isomerization unit, a system responsible for refining fuel used in military jets and armored vehicles. One hit here, and the shockwaves won't just be physical, they'll be strategic. Inside the refinery, workers move across the night shift. Some sip tea, others monitor pressure gauges. No one imagines that death is already above them. And then, a sudden, deafening explosion rips apart the silence. Fire shoots upward like a dragon's breath. Shockwaves shake the metal beams. Windows shatter. Alarm sirens begin to scream across the facility. The drone's explosive payload hits exactly where it was meant to, right into the core of the refinery's processing system. Within seconds, a firestorm engulfs the machinery. Bright orange flames reflect in the dark sky. A thick column of black smoke spirals upward, visible for miles. The refinery's emergency lights flash red. Firefighters rush in. Workers run for cover. Pipelines rupture. Dozens of fuel valves burst open. This one strike has turned a giant industrial complex into chaos. To understand this attack, you need to understand Russia's war machine. Tanks don't move without fuel. Jets don't fly without fuel. Logistic trucks, missile carriers, armored divisions all depend on refined oil. Ukraine knows this, and so, instead of fighting every tank, it targets the place where those tanks drink their strength. Destroy the refinery and you weaken the military. Hit the energy supply and you hit the economy. Hit both and you hit the morale. This wasn't just a strike, it was a strategy. As the flames continue to rise, Russia's emergency units scramble. Fuel production halts, refined gasoline output drops, fire spreads from one section to another. Power lines around the facility flicker. Local authorities issue warnings to nearby residents. Videos begin to appear online, massive fireballs lighting up the dark sky. The refinery looks like a burning city in itself. Russian media tries to minimize the damage, calling it a minor fire incident. But images tell a different story. The isomerization unit is heavily damaged. Parts of the facility are unrecognizable. This was the 9th attack on this refinery this year, but the most destructive one. This attack is not an isolated event. Over the last months, Ukrainian drones have struck deep into Russia. Kyryshi, Volgograd, Kaluga, and now Ryazan. Each strike carries the same message. Ukraine will not just defend, it will strike where Russia least expects. Military analysts observe a pattern. Ukraine is targeting the economic pillars that fund Russia's war. Every refinery hit means millions of dollars lost, days or weeks of shutdown, increased pressure on Russia's fuel supply, uncertainty in the domestic market. Ukraine is fighting with strategy, not size. Questions arise. How did a Ukrainian drone reach so far? Why wasn't it stopped? Are we really safe? And these questions often hit harder than the explosions themselves. A nation that believed the war was distant is now realizing it can appear right above their skies. This war has changed. It's no longer about trenches and tanks alone. It's a war of drones, a war of technology, a war where a small flying machine can bring a billion-dollar facility to its knees. The battlefield is no longer limited to the front lines. It stretches across borders, across skies, and across industries. Both nations know this. Both are adapting. Both are preparing for even more sophisticated strikes. And so, on that cold December night, as the flames of the Ryazan refinery rose high into the heavens, one truth became clear. This war is not slowing down. It is evolving. As the war enters a new phase, a phase where strategy is sharper than steel, and a single drone can rewrite the night.